each of them are about mysteries. The first story is about how many people it takes to pull up a turnip. It's the story of the enormous turnip. Once upon a time, an old man planted a little turnip in his garden, and the turnip grew bigger, 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 until it was so enormous. Then the old man tried to pull the turnip up. He pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled, but he could an N-O-T and not pull it up. The man called his wife to help him. The old woman put her arms around his waist, and she pulled the old man, and the man pulled the turnip, but still he couldn't pull it up. So the wife called to her grandson to help, and the boy pulled the wife, and the wife pulled the man, and the man pulled the turnip, but no way could they pull it up. The boy called to his sister to come and help, and the girl pulled the boy, and the boy pulled the wife, and the wife pulled the man, and the man pulled the turnip, but still nothing happened. The girl called to her dog to come and help. The dog gripped her dress with his teeth, and he pulled the girl, and the girl pulled the boy, and the boy pulled the wife, and the wife pulled the man, but that turnip just would not budge. The dog called to the cat to come and help. The cat gripped the dog's collar with her teeth, and she pulled the dog, and the dog pulled the girl, and the girl pulled the boy, and the boy pulled the wife, and the wife pulled the man. But that stupid soil just would not let the turnip go. So the cat called a mouse to come and help. The mouse tied her tail to the cat, and she pulled the cat, and the cat pulled the dog, and the dog pulled the girl, and the girl pulled the boy, and the boy pulled the wife, and the wife pulled the man, and the man pulled the then at last the turnip came up. And everybody had a huge feast. Now my next story is about how a lion's tail changes colors, called The Lion and the Little Red Bird. Once upon a time, there was a little white bird who lived in an almond tree. One day she saw a lion with a big lion with a rough and with a bushy green tail, as green as the forest. "Lion, lion," she said to him, "why is your tail so green?" But the lion did not understand the bird's language. He smiled a big smile at her and rolled in a field of orange flowers and chased butterflies. Then at sunset, he picked some flowers and walked west and disappeared into a cave. The bird sitting on a branch of a gigantic oak tree nearby. She wanted to see the lion's green tail again, but the lion did not come out of the cave. So the bird built herself a straw nest with sticks to mark the corners and bricks to keep it in place, and mud to attach the bricks to the tree. And she slept in her straw nest through the night. Next morning, the lion came up, swishing his tail, which was no longer green, but orange as a flower, orange as a butterfly, orange as the setting sun. "Lion, lion," said the bird, "why is your tail so orange?" Again, the lion did not understand the bird. He smiled a bigger smile at her, and went to a deep blue mountain lake, where he soaked his paws while the bird paddled nearby, pretending to be a duck. Then, at the end of the day, the lion took a blue water lily and went back to his cave. The bird relaxed in a nest. But next morning, the lion's tail was no longer orange. Do you know what color it was instead? Blue. Right. It was as blue as the brightest blue sky, blue as the deep mountain lake where he'd soaked his paws. Lion! Lion! Chirped the bird, shocked. Duh. Duh. Why is your tail so blue? Still, the lion did not understand the bird. He smiled a much bigger smile at her, and then went over to a gigantic bush full of big red berries. They were beautiful berries, but really sour. Lion! Chirped the bird, getting angry. These berries are still too sour to eat. Why don't you pick them when they're ripe? The lion just smiled a far bigger smile, thinking how much he liked the birds chirping company. But he did not eat the berries. You know what he did instead? He put them in a bag. Once, when the lion stepped on a thorn, the bird pulled it out for him. As the sun went down, the lion swished his tail goodbye, and he returned to his cave. The bird settled down in the nest. She wondered what color the lion's tail would be the next morning. She wished he would answer her questions. Then that night, a terrible thing happened. During the night, a big, bad, black storm came. The thunder boom, boom, and lightning crack, flash. The nest could not support the wind for long. That mighty wind blew away the bird's sturdy nest. Hearing the wind, the lion bounded out of his cave. He lifted the bird down from the tree and carried her into his cave. The cave was warm with a campfire and colorful. The walls, ceiling, and floor were filled with pictures. There's a green floor in the forest, orange flowers, butterflies, sunsets, sunrises. There's a bright blue sky and a deep blue lake. Lion, lion, chirped the bird, shocked. How did these pictures get here? The lion smiled his biggest smile of all, dipped his tail into a bowl of shiny red berry juice, and painted a picture of the bird chirping on the berry bush. The bird realized in shock the lion was an artist. Next morning, the storm was over. The world shone fresh and bright. This time, the lion's tail was berry red. And that little bird knew why. They rested by the mountain lake. The bird thanked the lion for saving her life and wondered what the lion would paint that night. Here's my third mystery story. It's called Little Bear Lost. It's about a lost teddy bear. Once upon a time, I'm way out in the south of Alaska. There lived a polar bear named Lars. Right, Mick. Lars was walking about one day when he ran into a bear. His friend Sophocles, the walrus, came out of the water. "What have we here?" Sophocles demanded. "I'm trying to talk to this bear, Sophocles, but he won't answer me," Lars replied. That's because he's not a real bear. He's a teddy bear," said Sophocles. "Whoever owned him must have drunk." Lars said, "Lena." Sophocles said, "Yes, I bet you're little and a tick. And misses a teddy bear very much." Lars set off to bring the teddy bear back to Lena. Along the way, he heard many noises. He heard the wind like that, comforted the bear and said, nothing to be afraid of. As he did it there, he heard his stomach flap, 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 flap. But he still was brave and comforted the bear. When he reached the village, he heard another noise. It was a cat. Meow! Like that. But Lars wasn't afraid and scampered into the village. Lena was so happy to have her teddy bear back that she gave Lars a kiss, and Lars bounded away. The end.